Yo, people, you telling me back again for another Red Talk? TEKZINHO in the building. What you telling me, my G?
Come on, man. Daya, man. Same old, man. All good, bro. England squad. Massive news coming out, bro. Obviously, I believe Phil Foden, Cole Palmer, Maguire, and Luke Shaw. The leaks have come out and they have been dropped from the squad. And how on earth are they getting all these leaks as well? I see that comment, bro. That is true.
Yeah, but brother, listen, this is what happens, bro. Like, we know that the guys that doing all the leaking the information is these English youths, blood. We know that. You know what I mean? We're Man United. So it's one of them ones where, brother, you know what all these links tell us, all these leaks tell us, is that Thomas Tuchel absolutely ain't got the respect of a lot of these players, bro. Because this would have never happened under any other manager. This never happened under Southgate.
Yeah, it's looking a bit messy, man. It's looking very messy. And it already looks like... Yeah, it already looks like the jury's out, man. So the fact that this England squad potentially might not even get the backing from the fans, I mean, it's kind of geared up for a shit World Cup, bro.
Yeah, he's cooked. He's cooked.
I never thought they would win anyways, though. So yeah, he's definitely cooked. 110, bro. Bring in players like Madueke, yeah, and leaving out players like Cole Palmer and Foden. I don't know what point he's trying to prove, though. What point is he trying to prove here? Because Noni Madueke is not going to be the player where when caution goes to the wind, yeah, and you're looking for someone to, you know, take the team by the scruff, by the collar, brother, that brother, Noni Madueke, I hate watching him play football, bro. It's like him and Gravity are having an argument because he'll run down to the byline, bro. And he'll run down to the byline, and whether if he keeps the ball in play or he whips it in, the brother's always on the floor. Like, everything about him is dangly, Bambi, and we don't need that, bro. That's the God's honest truth. Henderson, I'm hearing Henderson's back in the squad. What's with the revisionism? Why?
No, but Henderson, bro. But this, I mean, the Henderson thing doesn't make sense, because if Henderson goes, yeah, man can't say that it's on form, bro. Because what's Henderson doing, bro? What's Henderson doing, bro? Like Harry Maguire, yeah.
Yeah.
Harry Maguire, this brother, yeah, has had a good season for us, yeah, with the injuries we've had in. He's got third place. Like he's earned his ticket on the plane. And bro, whether you like Luke Shaw or not, yeah, he's earned his ticket because he started every game for Man United. This is actually the first season where he's probably earned his way onto the plane, yeah. And he's not going. I'm happy he's not going because he needs a rest anyway. But that being said, yeah, the squad is ridiculous, innit? Like, just based on who's not going, yeah, it's a joke, innit? Like, let's be real. Lucky I'm not emotionally invested. You know, lucky I'm not emotionally invested. You know what I mean? He's not going to get packed out anyway.
Yeah. No, I hear it, bro. Bro, the squad, for me, it looks shocking. I think even, you know, I think England's best wingers are Saka and Rashford. It is looking a bit dire, bro, comparing to, you know, Brazil's best wingers, France's best wingers, Spain's best wingers.
Man, I'm saying Kwanzaa and Henderson, bro. Like, brother, how Kwanzaa? Kwanzaa can't be going, surely not. Who did, brother?
Bayern Leverkusen Kwanzaa.
Huh?
The one who left Liverpool, Bayern Leverkusen.
Yes, bruv. Yes, bruv. Oh, where did he go to?
Get out of here. Where is he now? Is he still at Bayern Leverkusen? No.
Yeah, maybe he's in Germany. Yeah, I ain't seen this all season because he's not in the Prem anymore. Yeah. So I don't know what kind of season he's had there. But broski, let me tell you something.
Yeah,
that's criminal. You know them one. That's criminal. No Lewis Hall. Criminal. You know them way there, like brother. Like, bro, the thing's crazy. Man said Dan Burn, brother. Listen, hey, Tuchel, brother. I told you, hiring the German Don was never a good idea, bro. This guy's a double agent.
Bro, he reminds me of the type of guy. He's definitely gonna bring Trippier then. If he's leaving all these guys,
Trippier retired. I think he retired.
Oh, did he?
Trippier retired, so we can't take him.
Okay, makes sense. Hold on one sec.
He retired, so we can't take him, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Or else he would have taken him. You're right.
I didn't even know that, to be fair.
No Gibbs, right?
No Gibbs White. Wow. No way. So obviously the Bellinghams, the Morgan Rogers are going to be in the squads.
Brother, man's bringing Lewis Skelly, who hasn't played all season. No, that's not right, is it?
Man, them can say what whatever they think about me with Morgan Rogers, but I'm starting Morgan Rogers on the left over Marcus Rashford.
Nah, hey, hold on. No, Skelly's going. Are you sure?
Mental. Absolutely mental.
Nah, Skelly can't be going, bruv. Nah, he can't be going. I don't believe that until I see that still.
Absolutely mental. It's not looking good, man. It's not looking good for England at all.
Yeah, bro. Listen, that's just why I can't be asked. You know them ones. That's just why I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like this is crazy.
It's
You know,
insane. At least
just
Southgate
the man
even
them that
picked
ain't
better
going,
squads. Mm.
it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But again, Tuchel, I always said it, yeah. Like, brother, Tuchel was always gonna come in and do, you know what I mean, the terrorist thing anyway with England, bro. I was scared about three at the back. I was scared about all these things. This is why when loads of people were trying to tell me, oh yeah, Tuchel to Man United, and I just wasn't having it, bro.
Yeah.
This is why, because I know the kind of manager he is. Man was saying, oh yeah, but he won the Champions League with Chelsea with Werner and Havertz and that. Brother, I don't care. This
It's
guy
true.
is anti-football, yeah, to his core, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? So, brother, I can't lie. Like, I'm glad that we didn't end up getting him as manager because INEOS ended up having a meeting with him and they probably would have given him the job.
Yeah, insane, man. I think even with the Chelsea thing, he won it pretty similar to how Arsenal's won the league. I think he had a very good defensive setup. He had Thiago Silva at the back, Rudiger. Who's the other guy? Christensen. Mendy was on form in goal as well. He was making some great saves. Who else was in their midfield? I believe it was Kante and was it Kovacic at the time? It was a pairing of Kante and
Could
Kovacic,
have been,
weren't it?
yeah.
So that team there, if we're talking about like being compact and defensively resilient, then of course, and that's the reason why they won the Champions League. Even if you look at the Champions League final, bro, it was against the run of play. 1 assist from Mason Mount. City playing the high line. Obviously, Pep making that mistake by not starting Fernandinho at the time and starting Gundogan as DM, just for his midfield to kind of be outworked. So just kind of sticking on that point, you go and get a Tuchel for England, because forget the United thing. Thank God he's not here, innit? But
Right.
Tuchel for England is like, all right, then cool. He's trying to set up to win tournaments, but brother, in the World Cup's different. You're gonna need players who are gonna get you out of jail, bro. Do you know what I
You
mean?
need
You
game
need
breakers,
those sort
blood.
of
You just
players.
need ballers that
Exactly.
have been here before that can just
Yep.
do something.
Exactly, and he's brought. I think he's leaving the personalities at home. That's another thing that's kind of scaring me as well. I think he's one thing about the England camp in the last 2 to 3 tournaments. I think they've all had like a very good chemistry, the bond. Everyone kind of fucked with each other, type of thing. Like, bro, you bringing in like players like Ivan Toney. I fuck with Ivan Toney. Don't get it twisted, yeah. But you bringing in all of these sorts of players is like, all right, then cool. They haven't even played together before. Like, do you know what I mean? Lewis Skelly's never been to a tournament. I know Lewis Hall hasn't, but Lewis Hall's much more of a steady heady, and he knows his position as well. Do you know what I mean? He knows his position in and out. Lewis Skelly's a midfielder by trade. You see it when he plays for Arteta in the midfield. 9 times as a left back before he was coming into the midfield anyways, he's automatically almost playing as a midfielder. So I think go and get players who are like top in their positions, bro. Fuck the form thing. And as you said, it can't be a form thing if you're picking Henderson, bro. It just looks like my man has his favorites. He probably has like personal relationships with these sorts of players. He's calling them, having chin wags and shit like that, bro. And then next minute, fam, he's dropping all the good players, bro. Adam Wharton not being there as someone who can dictate the tempo of the game
It's
is for me
Wharton, it's
beyond,
Gibbs White. Do you know what I'm saying? It's all these
bro.
man are saying Ollie Watkins returns. Fair enough. Ollie Watkins had to be there because we got no
Yeah, he's been
strikers.
decent. Yeah,
You know what I
he's been
mean? And he's
well,
scoring goals. He just won a European Cup. I understand Ollie Watkins being there. It should be Harry Kane, Ollie Watkins, and Ivan Toney. It always should have been them three. Or Danny Welbeck. You could argue Danny Welbeck deserves to be in there as well if you want to take 4.
I
But
need
you
to see
probably
the
don't
whole
take 4.
squad, you know. Yeah. I want to see the whole squad, man, because like even hearing John Stones going where he's barely been fit the entire season.
John
He's barely
Stones don't
played
deserve to be going ahead of Harry Maguire based
He
on the
doesn't.
fact that he hasn't played.
Exactly. I hear you, bro. I think obviously England's best defenders for me are probably Konza and Mark Guehi. But even look how Mark Guehi plays, yeah. I think he's someone who may get exposed, yeah, because he finds himself high up the pitch a lot. It doesn't make sense. So
And
he's
he
someone
don't
who may
he don't have pace for like the
exactly.
way he looks. Yeah, he looks athletic because he's an undersized centre back, but he's not quick either. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's got a turn of pace, but he's not quick. Like, do you know what I'm saying? He's not Lissandro, but you know what I'm saying? It's one of them ones where I can't lie, bro. Like, man can't, you get me? Like, man has to be the slowest AF baller that man's seen, bro. You know them? Like, bro, it's peak.
Yeah, no, I hear you, bro. I hear you. The squad's
I
lacking
got no
balance.
change of pace, blood.
Yeah, nah, bro, I hear it, bro. Like, and he plays high at the pitch for me, anyways, man.
Yeah.
He plays too high at the pitch, man. And we do need that aerial threat. I think Konza's good in the air, yeah, but I think you need aerial dominance, innit? Like what Konza brings, yeah. I think Konza's an all-round centre half, and he's good on the ball.
Yeah, but
He can drive with the ball if
even
you
play him
want.
right back. You know them ones in the four Konza because he's got good feet and that. But for me, he's not imposing enough. Do you know what I'm saying? I would have played Maguire and Gahey. That's who I would have played if I'm playing the two.
Yeah. Bro, I hear you. So yeah, bro, it's looking kind of dark, man. It's looking dark, bro. Them man's just bringing pie and mash, bro. Do you get me? Pure pie and mash, bro. You get me? No seasoning at all, bro. The English squad.
Can't lie, it might be a humbling for this England team still.
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe deserved. Maybe deserved because the way we do speak about like how we are players, like all of this shit. We do deserve a humbling, man. We do speak about, obviously the Premier League's different to international football, but we speak about like players coming over to England and the English mentality, etc., etc. Like, and we never kind of go to tournaments and install that. We go to tournaments and shit the bed. Do you know what I mean? And it looks like the players that we're bringing, it's inevitable what's going to happen, man. I do not see this England team going past Spain. I do not see this England team going past Brazil. I do not see this England team going past France. There's so many teams that I believe are better than this England squad and probably have more character in it, more cojones, bro. That's what the World Cup's about, you know. It's about like who's resilient enough, who's really got the bollocks to go and take the game by the scruff, bro. That's why, man, I don't want to do no Bellingham prop, I promise you, yeah. But this is why I said someone like Bellingham is essential in the team because man's got mentality. Whether if we like it or not, he's got the mentality, bro. You saw it in the Euros. Man will come and score basketball.
Do you think he goes?
It's me, bro. He has to. He has. If he doesn't go, yeah, there's genuinely no point, bro. Because then, for me, what even is the objective? There can't be no objective to win it when you're even leaving winners.
He's been injured. You can't bring Bellingham and not bring Palmer and Foden. That's crazy.
I hear it, bro. No, I swear to God, I hear it. But this is why I'm saying all of them have to go. And they're all like, they've got the mentality in it. They got the ego, bro. We need that ego, bro, of like, man. I see Vinny Jr. I see all these big names, these big profiles, and I do not feel intimidated. I could imagine all of these players who are new going into the squad, even the, what's his name, Lewis Skelly's and all of that. Like, it's a whole different juggernaut, the World Cup, bro. You know the world's watching. You know the pressure that comes with carrying the English badge, bro. Do you know what I mean? And I think carrying people with no experience is bro, it's a bit wishy-washy. And Lewis Skelly, he's only just come back in the squad. As much as I rate him, he's only just come back in the Arsenal squad.
Oh, facts. So he's like played like 3 games, blood. And man is saying Palmer's been injured. So is Jude, bro. Are you man forgetting?
Yeah. Palmer's
been injured as well, blood.
Yeah. I hear it, man. Marcus Rashford's, he hasn't been starting plenty of games. Do you know what I mean?
Rashford ain't been starting for Barcelona. You're right as well.
It's mad, bro. It's insane, man. It's insane.
Noni ain't really been starting for Arsenal either. Like, he had a little run of 2 or 3 games, but Noni's been a bench player for the most part.
This is, bro, we're going to be doing the Arsenal thing, bro. Imagine, God forbid, these men go down 1-0 to Ghana, yeah? We're throwing on Noni Madueke. We're throwing on Noni Madueke to change the game, fam. Doing the Arsenal thing, bro. And then hearing, but he commits players, though. He commits fullbacks. So fucking what? So what? England are going to need goals, and crucial moments, bro. People, as you said, game breakers, bro. You're going to need that, bro. You need mentality monsters, fam. But you need that ability as well, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? Because Jordan Henderson might be a mentality monster. He might be a good person in the dressing room, bro. But I'm not hearing all of that, bro, because it matters about what's happening on the pitch, bro. I've seen Spain go and win the Euros, and half of their players were inexperienced anyways. But guess what? They had bad boys, especially from wide positions. They had bad boys, and their wide players is what tore us apart in the Euro final. Do you know what I mean? Is England not learning? They talk about having all this mentality, bro. But, mate, you're not learning from the previous disasters, fam.
But you know what it is? I think Tuchel might be going there to stink the place out, and he knows. So he's leaving a lot of the big personalities at home so he can get all the them to buy into his terrorism, bro. That's my only way of... That's the only logical way for me to kind of process the situation. And it would kind of make sense. Do you know what I mean? If he brings loads of shit players with an underdog mentality and says, yo, man, then we're going to go rough it. You know what I'm saying? Like, see what we can do. Do you know what I mean? Leave all the brothers that maybe don't want to track back or think that they're bigger than the program. How about we leave these men at home and just do the terrorist thing? Do you know what I mean? What you man saying, innit, man? It could be that. Do you know what I mean? It could be that, bro. Do you know what I mean? And if that's the case,
Yeah,
And he's
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
do the set piece Arteta thing. You never know. You should have taken Harry Maguire for that. I'll be honest. Do you know what I mean? But do you know what I mean? It's just one of them things where I have a feeling, this can be the only way for me to rationalize what he's done. It's the only way. Do you know what I mean? And from a personal point of view, the only thing that I'm disappointed in is that Kobe's going, because I would have loved if he left him at home as well. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not upset about Maguire and Shaw getting a rest. I'm not upset about any Man United players getting a rest. I just wish that them man were getting a rest, because Cole Palmer getting a rest is good news for Chelsea, bro, because he needs surgery and he's been off form anyway. Or they say he needs surgery anyway. That's what these men are saying. They could be lying, innit? And what's his name? Phil Foden, to be honest, is a big season for Man City next season, with Pep leaving, new manager coming in. His form hasn't been the best. Bro, he could do with sitting down, enjoying a proper holiday for once and coming back refreshed. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. I just wish that Kobe could have stayed at home and chilled. But if we sign the midfielders we're meant to sign, Kobe don't even need to start the season. He can chill.
Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, I don't see him starting for England as well. Just
purely he won't start.
Just purely based off even the news coming out now, it looks like someone like Kobe wouldn't really be someone that Tuchel's keen to start. It looks like Tuchel's clearly going for pace and power. But even with that, if he's going to stink up the place and that's the objective, bro, I understand that. But again, I've never seen an international team go win the World Cup and stink out the place for the entire tournament. Like, for me, in my lifetime, I haven't seen that. Do you know what I mean? It's always been either good football or certain man will go win you the game, like Lionel Messi. Yes, Argentina went and kicked the Netherlands off the park and they went and matched it, really. They were fierce. They were dogs, bro. They were intimidating because of their aggression. But Lionel Messi had moments that won them the World Cup. And I understand we don't have no Lionel Messis, but a Maverick's still a Maverick, innit? We need a game changer, bro. And I don't see that in
That's
anyone.
why Brazil took Neymar, bro. You need that.
Yeah. I don't see in anyone. And with Harry Kane, I'm going to feel sorry for Harry Kane, because Harry Kane's going to go from playing with Luis Diaz and Elise to Marcus Rashford and Bukayo Saka.
I've felt sorry for Harry Kane since he first put on that England shirt, bro. Do you know what I mean? He's been surrounded by scrubs for his whole career, bro. Yeah. Like it's unfortunate. Do you know what I'm saying? Imagine if he played and he had the likes of the David Beckhams and these man. Imagine David Beckham to Harry Kane.
Yeah. Facts. I hear you, bro. He only linked up well with Raheem Sterling up there, bro. And even Raheem Sterling's someone who's not going to give him service, is he? He's not going to constantly feed him. I just think they had a good partnership. They worked off each other very well. One will come deep, one will drop him behind, type of thing. He needs that though, innit? He needs that. And I think with someone like Bukayo Saka and Marcus Rashford, and it's not even to knock them. It's just not even in their game to do the whole bounce passing, be fluid across the pitch, change positions.
It might even be a Saka and Gordon thing. Like,
bro, that would be better though, because at least if Harry Kane's occupying the midfield positions and he's collecting the ball deep, when he has his head up, someone like Anthony Gordon will always be on his back. I think Marcus Rashford now, and the Marcus Rashford that left Manchester United, is the Marcus Rashford that isn't willing to run in behind anymore. And even when he does, he's missing plenty of 1v1s, bro. You've seen it at Barca. He's not really composed in front of goal. He goes for like a knuckleball, far post, being very precise with his finishing. I think you need that balance, bro. The balance from the back line, that's probably the only place where he's going to find a decent balance. To the midfield, to the front three, it has to work, bro. And I genuinely don't see it, fam. Like, and even in the group stages, he can't really go with the 11 men behind the ball thing, because of the teams that he's playing against. 9 times out of 10, because he's got the better players, he's gonna have to
take the game to them.
He's got to. And what are we gonna do? Are we gonna just look like a team that's brain dead side to side because of the type of manager we have? And for me, it looks like it might be that. It looks like it might be that, bro. I think the friendlies, he hasn't really been convincing either. He's got results. I believe he lost to Ghana, didn't he? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he lost 1-0 to Ghana. Correct me if I'm wrong. Exactly. So, you need to get results. And in friendlies, international friendlies, people say it's not important. Obviously, I don't watch them, but it is important for the players because it still counts as caps. The goals you score in the friendlies still go to your England stats. All of these things. So it's big for the players. And if the players didn't go and turn up for him in all of these warm-up games, then, bro, honestly, for the World Cup's going to be crazy, fam. And even the players that he had in the World Cup games are players that he hasn't selected, fam, which is absolutely absurd, bro. Like, Eze's a baller. He's another one. But he looks like he's someone you have to give his head a wobble for him to like wake up type of thing. He's definitely a confidence player, bro. You don't need that. You need bad boys, fam. You need bad boys. And forget even form during the season. Certain players for their national teams really step up, bro. You'll see like your Hakim Ziyech, or you know that what's that keeper's name? Ujoa or whatever for Mexico, who always steps up and always looks like the best keeper in the world for his team, bro. I feel like internationally, it's a different sort of magnitude. It means different. It's different for yourself, and it's players always step up for their country, especially when they know they're the best player as well. Do you know what I mean?
It's nasty, bro.
So it's looking,
the whole thing is dark. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? So we just need to wait and see till tomorrow, innit? But the fact that Harry Maguire has come out, and had to write statements and all these other things, it just tells me that something's not quite right, innit? Like it's alarming, bro.
I hear you still. Kind of used to that though, because every time something goes against Harry Maguire, he does make a statement on it, don't he? Like,
he does.
That's nothing new with him, fam, honestly. But I do understand why he's felt hard done by. I think he's been a major catalyst to why you know United have been looking like a good defensive shape under Michael Carrick. Anyways, to be fair, man, he's been solid at the back. And every time he started with, is it Martinez? They haven't lost. So yeah, I think that's a hard knock on someone like Harry Maguire, especially when, as I said,
I think he just needs to focus on club football, bro. He just signed a new deal.
There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bun England, bro. Like, who cares, innit? Man just needs to we need to keep it moving. Let's sort out this midfield. Let's get another attacking player in, and if we can get Lewis Hall, he's not at the tournament as well. Makes it even easier, bro. Like, all the players that we're looking to sign, potentially are not at the tournament. So let's go and do our business quickly, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's go do our business very, very quickly. It's one of them things where people are talking about certain players they want and all these things, yeah. I think that we need to focus more so on profiles rather than names, man. Like a lot of Man United, a lot of Manchester United fans are missing that. Like, for instance, like a lot of men are getting pissed off with the Edison links. And stuff like that, because these men just want names for the sake of names. But the truth is, yeah, like if we were actually doing the sensible thing, yeah, and we are buying profiles, he's a profile that we should be looking at, especially for how much he's gonna cost, bro. Because my rationale is, yeah, if you're getting, you have to think about who's gonna complement what we already have in it. So when you look at Kobbie Mainoo, yeah, out of all the players we've been linked with, the closest thing to Kobbie Mainoo is Fernandes. He's the closest type of player to Kobbie Mainoo. Technical, good on the ball, can pass, can carry the ball. He's a bit more agile than Kobbie, but he's tenacious. He breaks up the play. He's a very similar profile to Kobbie. Do you know what I'm saying? So I would put them together. And then when I look at a mobile ball winning player, I'd look at Baleba and I would look at Edison. They're very similar profiles. Do you know what I'm saying? So if I was recruiting, yeah, with Kobbie Mainoo in mind, yeah, with Kobbie Mainoo's profile in mind, those are the three players that I buy. If I'm looking at Anderson's going to cost a lot of money, and his profile is not complementary to Kobbie Mainoo's at all. I would have to play him instead of Kobbie. Do you know what I'm saying? That's just my thing. So as much as Anderson on paper sounds amazing, yeah, it doesn't suit what we already have, bro. So unless we're bringing him in to replace Kobbie Mainoo in the starting 11, is he worth spending 100 million on? I don't think so, bro. That's not to say that he's not a good player, but we need to start looking at players that complement, yeah, what we have, instead of just bringing in players for bringing in players' sake. And that's where I am.
Bro, I do hear you, you know. I think what may be the issue next season, bro, as much as he's done well and he's got his individual accolade, man, it might, and he's probably been one of the most impactful individual player, Bruno Fernandes, man. He might again be the issue in terms of the balance for me, genuinely, bro, or someone like a Kobbie starting. And the only reason why I say that is because if you look at, if you didn't have a Bruno, just in another world, yeah,
then you get a sitter and you can play Anderson and Kobbie.
And Kobbie. It's as simple as that. And if you have a Tchouaméni, and that brings balance, creativity, brings mobility, and it brings control. And I think that's exactly what United are searching for. And obviously Bruno hinders that. So now with having that sort of player, what Bruno brings is the chance creation, is potential goals, is from taking set pieces. All right, then cool. So how do we accommodate that? Us accommodating that is by having two players behind him who are mobile but good on the ball. They have to be excellent on the ball and mobile. So it's about getting the balance, Rants, bro. The balance of the midfield is so important from us stagnating from where we are now and just finishing the thirds and fourths to then challenging and getting that extra, 12 or 15 points that we need, bro.
But this is what I'm saying. I think Anderson's profile is closer to Bruno's.
Yeah.
It's closer to Bruno's than Kobbie's. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, bro, you saw, he got 2 assists from the right wing against us. He was everywhere, bro. He's someone that he attracts himself to the ball. The ball's not attracted to him. Do you know what I mean? He goes wherever. He just runs around. He's not a tactically disciplined player. So he's actually in the Bruno mode. It's just that because he doesn't get the goals, people aren't comparing him to a Bruno. But when you look at his actual heat map, this guy's everywhere, bro.
Everywhere.
Like, he would not suit Kobbie.
Bro, I agree. Listen, guys, you know me. I'm always willing to change my opinion based on the evidence I see. And Elliot Anderson's performance, I was on the phone to my stepbrother. I said it to you on a voice note. And I was like, bro, wow. Like, because he was even doing the Elliot Anderson propaganda. And he was like, watch him today. And I was like, wow, he did surprise me in terms of how dynamic he is, but also how decent he actually is on the ball, distro, carrying the football. So I was like, all right, then cool. He's not the Scott McTominay profile that I've been seeing, just kind of been up and down, just in the middle of the park, if that makes sense. As you said, his heat map was everywhere. He's popping up on the right, popping up in the left. He follows the football, which again will cause a massive issue for us off the ball, which will
him and Bruno together would be a nightmare.
I hear that, bro. So the best balance behind the Bruno Fernandes, might be a Belaber and Kobbie or something,
I agree.
You know what I mean? It might generally be a Belaber and Kobbie, because you go and buy one sitter and then have Kobbie doing what he's doing. It's ideally the same setup with Casemiro in the squad, no? It is. And then where's the legs going to come from? And I was someone who was
and that's Casemiro without the goals.
Yeah, I hear that,
Anderson ain't getting the goals that Casemiro's getting.
Big facts, bro. So that's why we need to go and replace this and find the right balance, bro. We have to go and find the right balance. Maybe if the front three step up and go and get an extra 4 or 5 goals. But again, they've done fantastic. And I even said, because my first appearances on Mandem Talk was going into last summer anyways, right? And I said last season, if we go and sign a front three and they go and bag me 30 goals,
and they did,
that is good enough. Exactly. I said that's good enough. And everyone was getting on to me. They're like, nah, you can't go and sign Mbuemo and Cunha. These men go bag 20 goals. I said, bro, the transition to United is not going to be the same thing. However, if those guys could go and separate the goals between them, it will help our season. And it's genuinely happened, bro, in hindsight. So what we do now need to improve in is the balance in the midfield. Because yes, individually, we love Casemiro. We sang him off. We said thank you for everything. Individually, we love Kobbie Mainoo. Him coming back in the squad is what has improved us and taken us forward. Bruno Fernandes, again, has probably been the best individual player, the most impactful individual player this season, up for Player of the Year. They have been good individually, but as a team, cohesively, there have been great moments. There have been moments where they're compact, but you have someone like Bruno who's not positionally disciplined, will leave the midfield exposed. And because Casemiro or Kobbie's strengths are not, being tenacious, covering a lot of ground at speed, that's what's been killing us. These men can cover distance over 90 minutes and do their 11Ks, the 12Ks and stuff. That's great. But on the transition, are you keeping up? We haven't been keeping up at all. And that happened to us against Newcastle. I think Newcastle was the best example, that first 45 minutes of what can happen if we don't go and recruit legs, broski.
Yeah, man, get overrun. Legs. Same with the Leeds game. Do you know what I'm saying? And then we saw what Bournemouth done to Manchester City as well. Everyone can talk about keeping the ball. Man City got absolutely dominated with physicality.
Yeah. Facts, man.
That's what happened, bro. Like, people need to understand that balance is very, very important. And this Manchester United team, we're very close, guys. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we're very close. Like, I don't need obviously, I don't need to use
can still
stats,
hear
so
you,
I
man.
don't need
Bro.
to. Yeah. I don't need to use stats, so I don't need to see stats to see that we're very close in it from really being a formidable team in the league anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't speak for Europe because we haven't been in the Champions League for a little while. But in terms of in the league, yeah, even when we have lost games, yeah, it's still been fine margins. It's been fine margins, bro. When we lost that Newcastle game, which we didn't deserve to lose, yeah, it was fine margins, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it was also because Michael Carrick rolled the dice and he went for it, and then we got hit on the break. But it was fine margins in that game. A lot of the games where we're losing by the odd goal, it's fine margins, bro. And a lot of the time, it's our midfield, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? How many times are people talking about the stats where, oh, when Agate plays, we haven't won? Do you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of it boils down to that engine room, you know. A lot of it boils down to the engine room. And you don't need to get loads of name brand ballers, yeah, to get it right, bro. You absolutely don't, bro. Because when you look at Arsenal, for instance, yeah, it's not the name brand thing that's winning it for them in midfield. It's not, bro. Because when the man brought in Lewis Skelly to replace Zubimendi, bro, it's business as usual, fam. Do you know what I mean? And on paper, Zubimendi is meant to be the guy, bro. It hasn't really worked out.
Yeah,
It hasn't really worked out. Do you know what I mean? Ozil was their guy. He got dropped for Eze. And even when Eze's been in there, he hasn't been great either. Like, he's had moments where he's done big things, but he hasn't been great in there, bro.
That's
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. Like, we're not looking at this Arsenal midfield and saying, "Oh my god, like they got an amazing midfield." Nobody is saying that, bro. Like, nobody is saying that. And they've brought in bare midfielders, bro. They brought in Norgard, they brought in Eze, they brought in Rice, they brought in I meant Erdegaard still. They brought in Marino, and they brought in, who else did I miss? Declan Rice also in that time because it was just Erdegaard that was there already. So they brought in all those midfielders, and you still don't look at that midfield and think that's some formidable midfield. Their midfield is still not better than when none of those players are better than Thomas Partey. None of them.
None, bro. And it's funny, they brought in
none of them.
Not speaking
Kai
about
Havertz as well, but they play him as a striker now. But bro, their midfield, yeah, on paper,
I was about to say Kai Havertz,
actually pretty meaty. It's actually pretty meaty, bro. Like it's a structural thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Havertz was bought as a midfielder and he was failing, so they moved him up front. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you look at these players, Marino on paper, meaty. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a better as a striker as well. Like, we have to be honest. It's not about just getting names, guys. It's about getting depth, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's not about playing like Arsenal, yeah. It's about having depth, bro. The reason why, yeah, I'm saying these men are meaty, but brother, if you've got 6 midfielders that can produce you a 6 or 7 out of 10, that's better than having an Ugarte that's giving you a 2, a Mason Mount that's giving you a 2, but then a Casemiro that's giving you an 8. Do you understand where I'm going?
Yeah.
You would have been better off with a bag of 6s and 7s, bro.
It's true.
Like, you're better off with that. This is what man need to understand. It's depth in profiles. It's not necessarily depth in quality. So when I say that if you get a Baleba, you should get an Edison as well. Like, brother, Edison is a Champions League proven, yeah, Brazilian baller with technicality and mobility, bruv. And then Baleba is a similar profile, yeah, but he's Premier League proven and he's young. They're both mobile. They both got a good technical base, and they're similar profile-wise in terms of their ability to cover a lot of ground. And in some games, you could utilize both of them together if you wanted to be super defensive or if we had a job to do. So the point is, yeah, what I'm saying to you is depth in profile is important. It's very important. If Kobe's not available, if you can bring in a Mateus Fernandes, yeah, you almost don't miss Kobe. Do you know what I'm saying? You almost don't miss him because you brought in someone that's a tenacious ball winner, that's also good on the ball, can progress the ball, and can also carry the ball. So this is why the profiles are more important than just the names, bro. Because what's the point in going and getting, say, a Sandro Tonali, yeah, that doesn't necessarily complement a Kobe Mainoo, and then if Sandro gets injured, then the next midfielder we bring in is nothing like Sandro. The same goes for Anderson. You bring in Anderson, yeah, then Anderson's not available. Anderson profile-wise doesn't complement Kobe anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? So you need to think about who they're gonna play with and who's gonna replace them. This is how you build real depth, bro.
Yeah, I hear it, bro. Bro, listen, as I said, man, I think my man, as well as he's been this season, the fact that he simplified his game, he's changed it up a bit for me as well this season. I do think Bruno might be a problem, man, in terms of the ball in the balance, man.
Who's that?
Do think Bruno. I do think Bruno might be a problem in terms of the balance, man. Like I saw like snippets of him playing on the right. The last game, flipping Nottingham, like in the second half, bro. This guy was goal hanging off the right, bro. Like every ball that was coming out of the box, he was the highest man, and he was playing on this right position. Just obviously,
he's playing for himself, though. Man just wanted to get the
I've never seen it in my life. Yeah, genuinely, I've never seen like a number 10 goal hang in my life just to obviously get stats and the whole team try and accommodate that. Like it happens, bro. Like it is what it is, innit? With Bruno, we just got to know what comes with it, innit? Like the game's changing. I'm starting to understand. Look, the game's changing. You just got to go with it, innit? Like as we've had the conversation, bro. Football's no longer art; it's science. As I described Bruno, even on my profile, he's a mathematician for me, innit? Like he just looks at the numbers.
He's a number cruncher, bro.
He's a number cruncher, bro. He's just looking at the possibilities. He's looking at getting his head up first time and finding that final pass, innit? So it's like, all right, then cool. How do you accommodate that, bro? How do we accommodate this Bruno Fernandes problem? Because it's clear he wants to stay. It's clear he's obviously happy with the way the squad's going, in it. You can see it from the recent interviews where he's like, my wife asked me, you know, what was your whole objective of coming to Manchester United? And he said, it's winning things. And she was like, have you achieved your goal? He was like, no. And he was like, that opened his eyes. So he wants to stay, in it. You get me? I don't know how true that is, but I think it's because he's hit this new rich form. Everyone's, you know, kind of loving this Bruno Fernandes. They're talking about him. They're doing this Bruno prop. It's like, all right, cool. I feel loved. The club's actually moving in a good position right now. Let me stay because we can potentially win something. And I'm not even saying we can't win the Premier League with Bruno Fernandes. Arsenal have gone and won the league, and their focal point was Victor Gyökeres, bro. Yeah, the man that Arsenal
and it was Marino before that, to be honest.
And I hear that. But Arsenal fans celebrate players like Gyökeres holding up the football, bro. Like, I genuinely saw him, like, they will celebrate more for him holding up the football than him bagging goals.
But that's because they know, because they're coping, because they know, that he underachieved for what they thought he was going to do, bro. It's a cope thing. They don't really believe that, bro. Like, let's be honest, man. And even with the Bruno situation, bro, we have to be completely honest, innit? Like, it's easy to be faithful when gal don't want you, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? And the reality is, he stayed at Man United because the buff things weren't really calling his phone.
Yeah, of course.
That's the reality. Man says, I could have left. You could have left, but you would have been beating the fat hairdresser. Like, it doesn't make sense. You could have stepped out. You could have stepped out, but you would have been cheating on your wife with a dead thing. That's why you didn't. You know what I mean? Man would rather just stay at home, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Eat a food and fall asleep on the sofa, bro. Like, that's the reality with the Bruno Fernandes situation. He didn't stay at Man United because he loves the club so much, and he hasn't achieved his objectives. He stayed because he didn't want to be playing in Saudi, bro.
Hence why I said I don't know how exactly. I don't know how believable it is, because what a coincidence at a time you're admitting this when, you know, it was only not even 6 months ago when you was having interviews saying, you know, I could have left, Ruben Amorim, you know, kept me here, etc. So this is what I mean, innit? The change.
How many times have you seen a player move to a football club that they haven't been linked with at any point?
Never, bro. Only Marcus Rashford. He forced the Barcelona thing.
And even the Barca thing, he made it clear that he was waiting for Barca. So there was a link there.
Yeah.
There was a link there, bro. Bruno ain't been linked with no good clubs at any point.
I hear it.
He's never been linked with a Real Madrid or a Barcelona or a Bayern Munich. He hasn't. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
I mean, George Mendes was flirting with Bayern Munich, weren't he, for him?
But these men never wanted him seriously. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, man would have probably ended up at Inter or something like that. That's why man never left. Do you know what I'm saying? So I can't lie, bro. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why man are going on like he was batting away bare offers and that.
Yeah, but this is what people don't like. People don't like constructive criticism on their favorite players nowadays, bro. It's constructive criticism. What we're saying, we're not saying it for no reason. And I'm not looking to dig out of Bruno Fernandes. As I said, he's had his best season at Manchester United, and I can go and back that. I can condone that, bro. Do you know what I mean? But then at the same time, I do think, all right, then cool. He might hinder the balance just due to playing style. I'm not taking away anything from Bruno Fernandes.
No,
But
he
what
definitely does
fans,
hinder the balance, bro. He
of
does hinder
course,
the balance, but this
of
is
course.
why if we bring in Anderson, yeah, it's one of them situations where you have to think about then dropping Kobe and playing a 6 Kobe. You have to end up playing a 6 Anderson and Bruno, and you have to play Anderson and Bruno as the two dynamic ones in front of a sitter that does not vacate post at all. Man needs to be a sniper. Man just needs to be staking out the place. Don't move.
That's what I was going to ask you, yeah? If we were to change the shape and do the whole, single pivot
and ask Bruno to sacrifice himself for the team.
Bruno, do you think he would do it? I think he would try to do it, but I don't think he would live up to the expectations. No, I think he would try and do it. Like if Michael Carrick tells you, bro, you're playing as in 2-8s today, like Bruno cannot go, oh yeah, I don't want to. Michael Carrick reminds me of the type of guy that goes, oh, say nothing. And then he comes half an hour after, boss, why am I not on the team sheet? We had a conversation earlier, didn't we? Like, do you know what I mean? He reminds me of that type of guy. Like, he's very cool and collected with everything he does. I heard what you said on Mandem Talk as well. And I 110% agree with you in terms of he never gives anything away. If we win, he's never too giddy. If we lose, he's never too down. He doesn't give anything away. And I like his approach in the media. He can't allow the media to pick on him. Whereas with Amorim, you was getting so many different things out of him emotionally. Do you know what I mean? And him having that temperament, you can imagine behind closed doors how he is with the players. And if the players want to go act up, he's not going to do the whole outrage thing and then we're going to start seeing leaks from the changing room. He's going to be like, yo, you're dropped. Simple as that. You're dropped.
Oh yeah, listen, I don't think for 1 second that if he's not doing what Carrick wants and he's got the depth that he'll leave him out. I think he will leave him out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because he's left him out before. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's also moved him out of midfield before. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he's played him false 9 before, like because he doesn't really trust his midfield contributions. But this is why I think people are not giving Carrick enough credit, because when Carrick sat down with Rio Ferdinand, he explicitly said, that Kobe Mainoo is an attacking player. He said it.
Yeah.
You know, however, he somehow managed to convince Kobe Mainoo, that in order to help the team, that he needs to play as a more traditional number 6, and he's done it, and it's benefited the team tenfold, bro. Kobe sitting back, picking up the play in the first phase, going past players and beating the initial press. Serious. You know what I'm saying? So man, it's brother. I reckon Carrick deserves a lot of credit, and also what I said as well on Mandem Talk is that people are sitting there watching what Michael Carrick has done, with this Man United team, and instead of giving him credit, for doing a very good job with what he's got, people are looking at this and assuming that this is Carrick's final form in terms of how he wants to play football, when I'm very sure that it's not. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm very sure that the way that Carrick's playing with Manchester United now is because he feels this is what he needed to do with these group of players to get the results he needed to get. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't believe that when Carrick gets all of his players, he's still going to want to set up like this. I don't believe that for a second. I believe that he's just looked at the players and he said, you know what? This is how I get the best out of these guys. They're low in confidence. They've been playing with a manager, been playing them out of position, and this is a way of getting everyone back on side and rebuilding team morale, bruv. And team morale gets built with victories. And we've won a lot of games. So the fact that people aren't giving Carrick the benefit of the doubt as a coach and saying, you know what, fair play, look what you've done with these players. Let's see if you can get us to play better football. It's very much because them man are tarring him with the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer brush, where they're saying, you know what, he's just another ex-player. They're not respecting his credentials as a coach. And they should respect what he's done, bro. You know what I'm saying? And The problem with a lot of these people is, they don't have no life experience, bro. Because there are a lot of people in life that might have a better CV than you, but you're better for the job than them. For multiple reasons. It could just be your ability to work well within the team that's there. Because at the end of the day, you can be qualified on paper, but not qualified in reality. That happens all the time. You know what I mean? That's the whole reason why people interview for jobs. Because if it wasn't about more than just the qualifications, why do interviews? Why not just take a CV and say, yo, this person's qualified, send them a text and say you start on Monday, and then you see them on Monday? Why would recruiters not do that? Why would they not do that? Because if you get a job interview, everyone that gets the interview is qualified on paper. So why don't everyone get the job? Why doesn't everyone get the job? And that's why I was actually surprised that Erik ten Hag got the Man United job, because who was interviewing him? You know what I mean? He must have had his interview in an empty room, bro. You know what I mean? He must have been interviewed by a brick wall, because that's the only... I can't lie. That's the only way man could pass. Because no human, with any sort of functioning faculties, is hiring Erik ten Hag, bro. I can't lie. Brother, I don't know who could sit down and have a conversation with that brother and think, yeah, I wanna see him at work every day. Like, are you fucking all right, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, who wants to go to work and chat to this brother every day? I would have just seen what he wore to the interview, and I'd have said, nah. Because you know this player came in with trainers with no socks, bro, and some ankle swingers. You just know it. As soon as I saw that, I'd be like, yeah, it's not my United manager. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, when you actually look at people for a job, it's not just about what their CV saying, bro. And I think that in terms of his personality, and his overall fit, Carrick is the best fit for this football club right now, bro. Right now. Doesn't mean it's going to be forever. But in terms of working with Jason Wilcox, working with Steve Holland, navigating a way where we can recruit the best profiles of players and play in a coherent style of football, also while making sure that the culture at the club gets... almost gets saved, because at one point the culture of the club was going crazy. It was all over the place at one point, bro. We didn't know whether we were coming or going, and Michael Carrick has almost brought that back. Even when you look at the character that we've shown under Carrick, winning games from losing positions, or like being ahead and then conceding a goal and going ahead again. The resilience that we've shown under this manager, we haven't shown it under the previous manager. Like, we actually haven't. And that's definitely something that he's brought in. It's definitely something that he's brought in, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's not getting a lot of credit that he deserves, bro. And it's like he's being discriminated against because of his profile, because he's an ex-Man United player. Probably because he's English as well. But because he's an ex-Man United player, they just assume that he's not qualified. When the reality is, he's one of the most qualified people right now. Also based on the fact that he's already shown that he can do it, however big the sample size is. I said, just to add to the point, that's why they also have a probation period of 3 to 6 months, because interviews don't tell you the story like stats. 100%. 100%. This is exactly why, this is exactly why they have a probation period, because they want to see, cool, you've answered the questions correctly for me in the interview process, but how do you bed in with the team that we have here? And also, everything that you said to me in the interview, can you make good on your promises? This is the reason why there's a probation period where I can get rid of you and I don't need to give you that much notice. Because man still need to see you do the job. And Carrick's already done the job. Do you know what I'm saying? He's already done the job. So when people are saying, "Oh, but Iriola, but this, but that," yeah, cool. He's got a good CV, but he hasn't already done the job. Carrick's already done the job. So, we're gonna choose the qualified guy over the guy with the work experience? Why would we do that? Why would we do that? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I told you, man, this before, and I've used this analogy before. Yeah, it's like, just because a woman's a good wife, yeah, for someone else doesn't mean she's going to be a good wife for you, bro, because you don't want what he wants. Do you know what I mean? She might know how he makes his coffee, yeah, but you don't have your coffee like that. That's just how it is, bro. Like, me and him are not the same person, bro. So what works for him might not work for me. So just because you have been happily married for 10 years, I can't just assume that you're going to be the perfect wife for me. You was the perfect wife for him, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to leave my gal that I've been with and knows what I like and how I like to do things for someone else's gal that don't know how I like to do things. Because it might not work. It might not work out. So just because my man's done well with Bournemouth doesn't mean he's going to come into the Manchester United dressing room and everything's going to work out, bro. Because if that was the case, why didn't it work out for all the managers before him? Why didn't Ruben Amorim have us playing like Sporting? Why didn't Eric Ten Hag have us playing like Ajax, bro? Why did it not happen? Now, why couldn't Jose get us to play like Chelsea 05? Why couldn't he? Do you know what I'm saying? It's a different environment. That's why. It's a completely different environment. So with that same energy, we can't expect man to come in and do the same thing. You can't expect it.
Yeah, back my boy. Oh,
come on, G.
Man
said most Premier League points since Michael Carrick took over Man United. Yeah, of course, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to say, bro. Like, man needs to understand that there's so many different variables that you take into consideration, yeah, when you're hiring. So,
brother, you're fat, bro. Facts, bro. Man's a recruiter, bro. Do you know what I mean? Do you know how many things you think about or the steps and precautions that you take, bro? You see a vetting process, yeah? You have to be very thorough, bro. You got to be stringent with it. And I think, yeah, especially with someone like a Michael Carrick, the reason why they're not happy with the current situation, or some people are a bit, wishy-washy on him being a permanent manager, is because of the name, bro. It's 110% because of the name. Think about what he's done. If his name was Jose, or his name was, people will say he's done a fantastic job. It's generally because of the name, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if we're looking at in terms of what he's done experience-wise, I think he's put himself at a place where there's no other conversation apart from Michael Carrick unless you're going to get a guaranteed winner. And who's the guaranteed winner out there? Iriola? No. You get me? Man's picked up more draws than your local thug, fam. And that's the God's honest truth.
But this is what I'm trying to say, bro. Like, this is it. So, man is saying Carrick's got to win trophies now, brother. Who was the last Man United manager, yeah, to manage Manchester United that didn't get to a cup final?
I don't know.
David Moyes.
Oh, yeah, Moisey. Yeah, Moisey.
You see how far back you need to go?
Yeah.
Carrick's going to win a trophy before Iriola. I'm telling you this. Do you know what I'm saying? Irrespective of where Iriola goes. Even if Iriola goes to Liverpool, he still won't win a trophy before Michael Carrick, because every manager at Man United gets the cup finals. You know why? Because we win trophies. Period. Yeah. You know them ones. So, like, not Carrick needs to win. He will. Because Oli was a David De Gea penalty away from winning one. Do you know what I'm saying?
Facts, bro. The only thing he's been unfortunate with is the fact that he hasn't picked up the squad with an FA Cup or a League Cup tournament. I think if he did, then you could tell if he's got the minerals to go and win tournaments. And personally, I think with this squad that we had, looking at who's gone far and gone to win tournaments, or even your Chelsea's getting there, your Leeds, Southampton's getting to semi-finals, I think we would have been there. I think we got to, 2 FA Cup finals in a row under Ten Hag. And the football was dire.
We beat City in one, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we lost to City in one, right?
Yeah, the first one where we conceded in like the first 20 seconds. I think
was that Gundogan or something?
Yeah, Gundogan. De Gea mistake.
Yeah. See,
You know what I
so
mean? Mm.
this is what I'm saying, guys. So the thing is, you see, Manchester United, we get to finals. This is why, yeah, man can't disrespect me about my football club, bro. I'm 10 toes,
That's
bro, because brother, in our darkest hours, we were still doing better than you. Like I said, yeah, like man's Floyd Mayweather broke, not Mike Tyson broke. Like it's not the same. You know what I mean?
straight
Like
knockouts,
it's
bro.
not the same. I'm Floyd Mayweather broke, bro. I'm broke, but I got 50 cars in the garage, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like that's you get it. Like that's what we are. It's not Mike Tyson broke. Man need to sell everything broke. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not the same. So man need to understand, yeah. Like Man United in our darkest hours was still winning trophies.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like we're not the same. This is why there's a certain level of disrespect I would just not take from these peasants, bro, because we don't operate, you know what I'm saying, in the same places. We just
Yeah.
absolutely don't. So, when I'm looking at the Manchester United situation, Carrick's gonna get to cup finals just
Yeah,
because he's Manchester United manager and he's gonna have the players to do that. Because he had the players this year. If he'd come in earlier, we probably would have been getting to cup finals as well, because he's proven in the league, yeah, that one-off games he can navigate them, bro. We've beaten all the big six, so why would we not go on a deep into a cup run with this manager?
Yeah. And when we talk about no risks, I think when we're in games where it's 2-2 or etc., like he throws caution to the wind, man. I can see us going 1-0 down to West Ham through caution to the wind. The Liverpool game 2-2 through cautions to the wind. Like he's not one of those who's looking to just kill, sit back when shit hits the fan, bro. Do you know what I mean? Or he could see opposition pressure. Let me go and resort to 5 at the back. He's not that type of guy. So give him a chance, man, because he hasn't even really had any grounds to kind of display what he's really got, bro. Like if you think about it, he hasn't really had his signings, has he? No, because he had no window. Like, do you know what I mean? He's done well with what he's worked with. And I keep saying, at the end of the day, if you're not happy with the football, but he's got the results, imagine what he can do with his players. Wait for his players to come, then judge. I think everything's a bit premature at the moment. You know what I mean? He's set foundations. He's got the expectations right back to where the club needs to be. And I think any other manager who took over at that time, I don't think United are in the same position that we're in today, bruv. We should be grateful and lucky, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's the God's honest truth. Like, even INEOS, like, as much as they've done well with the signings, etc., they should be happy with what Michael Carrick's done. Because no one could have ever saw what was going to happen in the next 4 to 5 months, going beating all the top 6 teams, every single one as well, by the way. And picking up results, finishing 3rd comfortably with a couple of weeks to spare. Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? He's done amazing. The only thing that was left for him was to go and win a tournament, and he didn't pick up the squad with a tournament. That's it. That's about it. I think next season he probably picks up a little domestic trophy, and then boom, do we challenge or do we not? Do you know what I mean? And even if we stagnate and we stay 3rd, we got to look at the reasons why. And I said the players can't down tool, like the players cannot down tools, because if we got Michael Carrick here and then they start to down tools next season, Bruno resorts right back to type, Cobb, like everything just looks awful in terms of the players' performances. Diogo Dalot again starting to stink up the place. Luke Shaw constantly injured or dragging players down because he can't keep up with the pace. If that stuff starts to happen 24/7, then we know who to look at. Do you know what I mean? But then if the shape and that's not right, we've got to start looking at upstairs. Maybe is it a Michael Carrick thing? Maybe is it the signings that INEOS
But
have
this
brought
is
in?
why they need to bulletproof this squad, bro. Like, so we don't get into those situations. Because the truth is, Diogo Dalot under Michael Carrick has been fine. Do you know what I mean? So has Luke Shaw. However, what they shouldn't do is rest on their laurels, yeah, and allow this to paper over the cracks. You must still deal with the issues at hand, and I believe that we are doing that, especially with the midfield. And I like the precise way that they're going about rebuilding this squad, because every summer they set themselves an objective, bro, and they achieve it, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I said, last summer was the attack, the summer before was the defense. And even when they bolstered the defense, because they actually did fully revamp the defense, bro. When you think that they got rid of Lindelof here, brother, they brought in Dorgu, Heaven, Delit, Euro, and Mazraoui. That's 5 defenders, bro. Like between January and between summer and Jan, that's 5. That's a lot, bro. Do you know what I mean? And they've still brought in a one Ugarte in midfield and a one Joshua Xerxes. So they brought the odd player in other positions, but they didn't focus on it. Then the following summer, they brought in Sesko, Cunha, and Brian, who all 3 of them got double figures goals in the league. So naturally, the midfield is next, bro. Naturally. Do you know what I'm saying? So the way that they've actually targeted each department and bolstered it one season at a time, it's actually more effective than doing the scattergun approach of buying miscellaneous players, bro. Because you've seen, brother, changing our attack took us from 15th to 3rd. You know them ones? Like, think about it. Just the attack.
Just the attack, bro. Just the attack. And they lived up to expectations, innit? For me, living up to expectations, because I knew Brian and Mbeumo was not going to change the game from picking out the ball from the second, third, running in and out of players and sticking it top bins. I knew that. I knew what was coming with Cunha in terms of the ricochet dribbling, but someone who can take the game by the scruff in his own way. Do you know what I mean? Like, we knew what we was bringing, but it was about, can you go and get the goals and assists that we needed? Hence why we went to look for Premier League proven players who can go and be killers in the game. And they've won us plenty of games. The Manchester Derby, the Arsenal game, the Tottenham game. These men have gone and won us games. Crystal Palace, Sesko. So it's like, go and build behind it. Exactly how I started this stream, bro. We've done well with the recruitment, attacking. Can we find the right balance in midfield? Everyone knows it's not a secret, man. United's midfield lacks the engine, bro. We have no engine in there, broski. Do you understand? But it's not just an engine. We need an engine who can basically break lines in 2 different ways. You know, like an Anderson that we had back in the day, bro. Someone who can break lines by running with the ball or
with the
punch
ball at his
past
feet and by passing as well. Yeah.
Thank you.
But Baleba can do that, and so can Edison. They can both pass and they can both ball carry. And this is why I think that profile there, you get them two, so you've got one or the other. And then you get a Kobe Mainu profile, which for me is Fernandes or Anderson. Do you know what I'm saying? But then if it's an Anderson thing, I'm looking at Anderson or Kobe, not an Anderson and Kobe. Do you get what I'm saying? So do I think that Anderson is worth spending 100 million on when you've got a Kobe? Not really. Like, do you see what I'm saying? That's my thing. Because for the price of Anderson, you could probably get Fernandes and Baleba, bro.
Yeah,
you could probably get them both.
Yeah, I agree. I think Anderson is. I have to say my bad.
He's a very good player.
My bad. He's a much better player than I thought he was, and I think any top team that does pick him up, in my opinion, like, they're gonna do well with him. I think they will do well with him. He's better than a Declan Rice. You saw what Declan Rice has done to Arsenal squad. Like, Elliot Anderson goes into any squad, bro. He's better than Declan Rice, bro. I don't throw your tomatoes at me. Do what you want to do, Arsenal fans, bro. Get emotional. But I promise you, Elliot Anderson has more to his game than
way
Declan
more.
Rice. Do you know what I mean? I like Rice for what he is. I will always say that. I like him for what he is, and he'll always be an asset in the team. If he was in my team, I would start him. I would never build my squad around Declan Rice, though. I would never build my squad around Declan Rice. Do you know what I mean? I just think he's someone who the opposition don't like to play against. He's 110% a player that opposition don't like to play against. You know what I mean? He's big, he's strong, he covers ground. Do you know what I mean? He shows authority defensively as well. I think Declan Rice is a good player, but what Anderson brings is going the other way as well. On the ball, the guy's fantastic, bro. Like, he's got a 60-yard pinger in his locket. In his locker, he could carry the football a good 20-30 yards to get you up the pitch.
He's a powerful runner. He's got that Steven Gerrard like ball carrying kind of athleticism. Do you know what I'm saying? But he's a bit cuter on the ball. Like, he's got, you know what I mean? He's got a bit like more. He does a little
Cruyff and that. Yeah, I hear it, bro. He's got
the little feet, bro. He's got the little footwork and that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think his profile is a Man United profile. Like, he's a Man United player, innit? Like, he's got that grit, with a bit of technical ability. It's the kind of player that that Ferguson would have liked, bro. Just like when I see McGinn play, I'm like, you're a Fergie player. You know them ones, like you're technical, but you're also like a brute. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And he likes players like that. Rooney was a brute, but he was technical. You know what I'm saying? And Ferguson likes them technical brute players. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he likes them. Even the likes of like the Seamus Colemans and that. All these brothers, these are the brothers that Man United probably would have signed if it was the right time. These are the profiles that Ferguson likes. He likes the technical, he likes the technical but rough and rugged kind of profile players. Do you know what I mean?
And proper British players. They're the best British players, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, bro, and it's I swear it's nowhere near this. It's almost a compliment, bro. Like, I hated playing against these players when I was playing Sunday League, Saturday League. These sorts of players that they will turn out, they're wearing Adidas Classics, bro. These men will turn out, zing it 60 yards, and they're putting the first and surname of the player who's receiving it. They'll be like, Jay Spearing, zing, and he's finding it. Don't
mad thing.
Techie ballers, them men are hard to play against. We know it's not or whatever, but having them in your squad is peak, bro. That's why I say the Jude Bellingham thing. Like, playing against someone like that must be jarring, bro, because he's bangly, he's everywhere. The way he dribbles, his fingers are gonna poke you in your eye. Like, that's how it is, bro. These players are annoying, but they're good assets. Don't build around them, though. You don't go and build around those players. You get me? Those players are not going to go and win you games, ideally, but they got the mentality, though, bro. They're workhorses. They got a bit of feet. And do you know what I mean? Tevez is another one of them.
Yeah, all these guys technical but brutes, man. Like Tevez, bro. Like, these are the guys, bro. Roy Keane, like these are brutes, man. Like, they're physical specimens, but they've got technical ability. Even Antonio Valencia was one as well. Technically competent, but just a physical specimen and a half.
Yeah,
you know them, man.
Yeah,
brother, that Brian never lost the ball, Valencia, bro. Like, you just couldn't get it off him. He just protected it with his body, bro. Like, you just weren't getting the ball off Valencia. Like, these kind of players, like, he likes to build his spine around these kind of players. And I like these kind of players. So I think that Anderson is I think Anderson's a brilliant player, but I don't think that his profile complements a midfield that already has Bruno and Kobe in it. If you were getting rid of one of them, then cool. Do you know what I'm saying? But it has to be one of them.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you, bro.
Perfect. All right, then cool, no problem.
Yeah, but yeah, bro, it's just one of them ones. Technical brutes, man. It's the one, bro. I think that's the way we need to go, guys. So I hear the Anderson thing, but again, does it make sense for the price and what we're bringing him into? Not really. It would be like Paul Pogba all over again, where you're bringing in a midfielder with no plan.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm
and
saying?
with those registers, you got to look after them, bro.
Yep. Bro, there's no plan for a player like... There was no plan for Pogba. Like, if you bring in a Paul Pogba, then you need a midfielder that's going to sit and allow Pogba to get forward. Instead, we brought Pogba in and then asked him to sit. Do you know what I'm saying? And we can't bring Anderson in, and say, you know what, you're good at loads of things, but we're going to ask you to do the one thing that you're not really that comfortable with. Like, do you know what I mean? It's weird. It's like bring in Anderson for all of his qualities and tell him, all right, cool, you're good at all these things, but we need you to do this. Like, brother, why are you bringing me in for this?
Perfect. Yeah, no,
I hear what I'm saying.
Facts. Yeah.
And this is what it is, bro. Like, if man's a mechanic and I fix cars, your washing machine's broken, why are you phoning me? You know them ones TEKZINHO, be like, oh mate, like, you know them ones they be like, oh, mate, I need your help. I know you fix things. Yeah, not washing machines.
Yeah.
I fix cars, bro.
It's
the same thing, mate. You know what I mean? You fix things, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, my fucking washing machine's gone.
Yeah, same thing, bro. Tomato.
That's what I'm saying. He's like, fucking car, washing machines, fucking same thing, innit, mate? You know what I mean?
Same thing, bro. You know what I mean?
Like, bro, it's not making sense.
Yeah.
It's like, just
when
because...
them English man get a black man's name wrong, bro. Jamel, same thing, mate. Jamel. What are we talking about, mate? It's all the same thing.
That is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, just because bro, listen, man are eulogizing over Anderson's performance, where he had a free role and he was controlling the game, and then you're going to bring him in and tell him, all right, fuck all that stuff that we saw you doing at Forest. This is what we need you to do, geezer. Do you know what I mean? He said, fuck all that fancy stuff. Kobe's going to go, you're just going to fucking sit here, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, insane.
Yeah, bro, you don't spend 100 million to tell a brother, you know what, yeah, Kobe's the guy in it, so you can just sit and play.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. No chance.
It's not going to happen. That don't make sense. So that means you're sacrificing Kobe for that youth then. Because one of them are getting sacrificed.
That's what I was going to ask. That's exactly what I was going to say, sorry. Do you think they don't see Kobe as a pivotal role in the squad? This is where Michael Carrick
and INEOS need to see eye to
eye, though. This is where I say they need to see eye to eye, though. You can't be signing players that are going to potentially go and replace someone who you love or want to build the squad around. I think this squad needs to be built around the Kobe Manu. 110%. The guys come in the squad and basically change the metrics, bro.
But all the noise coming out of the club is that Kobe's the one we're going to build around, which means, Bruno's the one that needs to get sacrificed if we bring in Anderson, not Kobe.
I'm hearing it, bro. I'm hearing it, man. I'm hearing it. And it's not Bruno slander, bro. It's not Bruno slander, fam. It's just constructive criticism,
it's United first. That's what it is. Yeah. We got to put our club first, did it?
Yeah.
You know them ones. And I can't lie. A midfield of 2 8s in Kobe and Anderson is scary if you get a proper 6.
It is, bro. Do you know what's mad though? Yeah, you know when so obviously I've made a video on PFA Player of the Year, and whoever wins it, like I am not fussed because like one, it will probably all be deserved because if it's from an individual from the Premier League winner, then it's 9 times out of 10 deserved. Just go and give it to him. You know what I mean? Or if it's Bruno Fernandes, man's equal the record. It's not that deep. But I found myself in a predicament actually backing Bruno Fernandes arguing against Arsenal fans. But then Arsenal fans started saying things that I've been saying over the years. Do you know what I mean? Like, Bruno's not as good as this person, or Bruno does this. Bruno's wasteful. He's only been performing this season. And I'm like, bro, I hear that. But when you look at the argument, the overall topics about what's happened this season, do you know what I mean? And when you look at other like title winning seasons, for example, we stole RVP of Arsenal and Gareth Bale goes and wins Player of the Year. This whole Player of the Year thing has been overstated just because of Bruno Fernandes. And these are the things that I don't like as well. Like I've even found myself in a position where I'm backing the player more over the club type of thing. Do you know what I mean? And I'm doing a lot of player prop. I don't want to be in that position where I'm doing player prop because his stats are legendary. He's cemented legacy status in the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't care about that. I need to go and win things, bro. But genuinely, for me, I need to go and win things, fam. You get me? Honestly, even there was a time with me, Paul Pogba is one of my favorite players that I've ever watched in my life, bro. I've argued for Paul Pogba, bro. I've argued in offices, on streets, this, that, whatever. Even myself, I was saying, do you know what? For Paul Pogba's sake, for his perspective, he should leave Manchester United.
But that's how I feel about Josh, bro, about Xerxes, because it's like,
I hear it, bro.
He shouldn't leave because he's not a good player. He should leave because they don't appreciate him. You know them one. And that's the reality, bro. And in life, if you're not appreciated, you shouldn't stay anywhere. Do you know what I'm saying? I just don't believe you should stay where you're not appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're always going to be one bad game away from being disrespected, you should leave, bro. And it's the same in life. Yeah. You know them ones there. If you're around people that you can't make a mistake around, do you know what I'm saying? Because as soon as you make a mistake, you ain't shit and you ain't this, bro. Get these people out your life, cuz. You know them way there. It's the reality. You got to be allowed to make mistakes, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Or you have to be you have to be allowed to have an off day. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody's perfect. So it's one of those things where literally, because I rate what these players do, and I know what they can do elsewhere, I'll be happy to see these men go and be successful somewhere else because it's inevitable for the most part. And even players that these men haven't liked have gone on to do well. Look at Anthony.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I swear I agree. Yep.
The funny thing is, if Anthony never came to Man United and they saw the Anthony that was smashing goals in Betis, these men would be saying sign him. That's the scary thing.
Yeah, I know, bro. I know. People were happy when we signed him, though. Like, people were happy when we signed him. Do you know what I mean? And the context is always missing from that, because I remember when we was first in for Anthony, we were going to go sign him for 40 mil. But Ten Hag wanted to go chase his boyfriend the whole summer for his boyfriend not to follow him, Nigel de Jong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, Frankie de Jong, sorry. So when de Jong didn't sign, when de Jong didn't sign, it was like, all right, then caution to the wind. Who's going to be our superstar signing? Let's go spend 90 mil on Anthony, because we just saw him do a flip-flap mad thing in his first preseason training. Back, like, come on, bro. That pissed me off. Genuinely, it pissed me off. I was happy that we got a player like Anthony in because of the tricks. You know, he's got his own style of play. You know, he's very creative, innit? Do you know what I mean? He looks like an innovator.
On paper,
when he was doing the whole
a proper Man United
thing.
player, innit? On paper, Brazilian flary, like risk-taking, like everything about him was Man United. And he had the work rate as well, bro.
He did,
like,
bro.
Anthony works hard, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? The same way Ahmad works hard. Do you know what I'm saying? Anthony, profile-wise, for that right-hand side would have been better than Brian. Brian on the right-hand side has been terrible, bro. Down the middle is where he's done his job.
Bro, he always commit fullbacks. The things that they love Noni Madueke for. You know what they love Madueke for? Anthony was doing that. And the thing is with Anthony, I always said his thing was fine margins, because he used to either force great saves from the opposition, or he used to hit the bar a lot. See, if man cutting and those shots were going in,
he was cutting in a banging shot.
Thank you, bro. If he scored at least 6 or 7 of them, it would have been completely different. But he's gone to Real Betis. Man scored about 3-4 of them in his first 4 games or something. It's long. They want to sign him. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, you got to allow these players to go do their thing. Man done a Spinnerini thing in the Europa League. Obviously, his pass went out of play when he tried to play Casemiro through. Casemiro can't run. Do you get me? That was actually a decent ball. If that was any other profile player, they're getting that ball. Secondly, I've seen Bruno Fernandes do 3 Rabonas, One of them, he nearly assisted Marcus Rashford away at Spurs, which was crazy. That was instinctive first time. That was buff. The others were meaty, gone into the keeper's hand. And do you know what everyone said? Bruno pulled out a Rabona. Are you mad?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Do you know what I mean? So it's always like agendas based on the person, perception, all of that shit, bro. But when Anthony first came in and he scored against Arsenal and he was beating off the badge, United fans loved that. They love that. But it's when they saw the trickery thing and it's gone out of play, they're like, I can't stand this guy. Every time he's cutting in, he's either hitting a crossbar, keeper saving it, or it's going into Rose. I've had enough of him. They didn't take his chance on him, bro. Even when he came in for Ten Hag, not Ten Hag, Ruben Amorim, and he was playing right wing back with Ahmad, that was like the best bit of combination play we were seeing, bro. Against Liverpool at Anfield, fam. You get me? City away. That was the best bit of combination play we were seeing. You feel me? Yeah. So it's not about Anthony revisionism. It's not about bringing Anthony back. Fuck it.
Anthony was never the issue. The issue was always deeper than Anthony, bro. Like, in isolation, he was better than Garnacho and these man, and he didn't survive. Højlund and Garnacho survived Anthony, and Anthony was a better footballer than both of them.
Yeah. No, bro. Facts. Bro, I hear it, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, facts, bro. Yeah, facts.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just one of those things, man. Do you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things, guys. I'll be honest, man. I think timing's important.
They're calling him the worst signing in United history, you know?
Yeah.
Anthony. And they couldn't keep up with Anthony, but we could keep up with Mount.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? But that's why bringing in a player with no plan for them is bad, bro. And this is why the Anderson thing is only good, bringing in a player like Anderson if you have a plan for him.
Yeah, facts.
Or else you're just spending big money and you're doing the Pogba thing or the Sancho thing all over again. And Man United's thing has been bringing in players with no plan. Even when we brought in Di Maria at the time, he didn't really fit what we was doing, bro. Like, that's why Van Gaal didn't really want him, because Van Gaal's a possession-based manager and Di Maria spams, bruv. So, you know what I'm saying? Van Gaal didn't want Di Maria because Di Maria was doing bare Travellas and that. Like, Van Gaal was going bad. You know what?
Di Maria was cold though, man.
He's going crazy, bro. Van Gaal saying, possession, low-risk football, and Di Maria's just Travelloing everything, bro.
Scooping guys and that. You know, like that, scooping keepers and that, bro. Nah, he was different, man. I love Di Maria, bro, when he first came through, bro. It's just unfortunate what happened, especially the burglary as well. That definitely played a massive factor, bro. You get me? Because even though he's South American, he's clearly a shook you. Man said, I got burgled. Yeah, I'm gone. That can't happen.
He's not like them favela guys that got the mash under the kitchen counter. You know them ones. Yeah. Like, you can tell Di Maria's a shook you, blood.
Or just use the kitchen, bro.
That's what I mean.
Kitchen for, fam. You know what I mean?
This is what I mean. If that man broke into Casemiro's yard, blood, his son will probably have the mash. You know them ones?
Yeah.
The little you standing there with that mash, bro, with the shotgun, bro. So, Dad, you see his
Not a
son,
fact,
2 foot
bro.
Bruno's youth, blood. Hey, bro, when I saw his son, 2 foot Bruno's youth, I said, yeah, bro, this guy is a fucker. He's been watching his dad, man.
You ever seen Ozark? You ever seen Ozark before?
Yeah,
he's like Jonah, moving like Jonah, bro. Just bringing out the shotgun, bro. You get me? Bringing out the shotgun. What? Are you mad about protecting my family? Yeah, shoot on sight. Bro. If I see anyone, I'm shooting on sight, bro. You know what I mean? Facts. Yeah. Casemiro's kid, they definitely don't rap still.
Brother, the son just 2-footed Bruno's youth, blood. I was on the floor. I couldn't believe it. You know, them was like no warning in that.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah, that's crazy. And he screws up his face the same way. You know them ones. You see his son's just there, screw face.
They have the same face though, innit?
Yeah, same screw face, same facial expression, same everything, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, serious you know what I'm saying, bro?
Nah, you gotta watch out for him. By the time he hits 10, 11, it's long, you know.
It's
watch
crazy.
out for him still. But he'd be taking your knickknacks and that, fam. Bro, he'd be stealing your knickknacks and your Skittles, bro. And you Skittles are my Skittles, bro. You know what I mean? But all fun and jokes aside, yeah. In terms of like profiles, yeah, because obviously I need to go in a sec. In terms of profiles, I think if we go and get the right profiles and the right balance, bro, we'll be good. But I will always say on the stream, until things change next season, Man United are in a very good situation. Now, the fact that I'm actually kind of happy that Arsenal won the league, only for this reason. I think that sent shockwaves across Manchester in terms of the red side of Manchester anyways. And I think now the conversations that INEOS, Carrick and all of that are going to be having, they're probably even saying, fuck 2028, trying to win the league then.
Yeah, we can run the thing now. I can't lie. It kind of brings things forward, doesn't it?
Now. It does, bro.
It brings things forward. I can't lie.
Yeah, go on.
I think Arsenal winning, like I said earlier, for me, has just showed, man, not even alarm bells. It showed us that we're closer to winning this league, than we even imagined, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, we're literally one really good window away, from causing an upset, bro. Because these men said 2028, but they'll be looking at last season saying, hold on, like, look what we did, between January and now. Like, the fact that we've got the most amount of points, the fact that we know that we need to improve and we know where we need to improve. You know what I'm saying? And we've got a settled changing room for the first time in a long time. We've got money coming. We've got money coming in as well from Rasmus Højlund, from Jadon Sancho leaving, from Cass leaving. Them man's wages are off the book. From Rashford's wages, we're gonna get off. We're gonna get the kickback from Mason as well. There's bread coming in as well, and we'll probably sell a few man if we can get Ugarte off the books. And then we've got the Champions League money coming in.
League funds, You
know what I'm saying? All these other things. They're like, hold on, you know what? We can really make the real moves now.
Yeah, we're in a very good predicament, Rants, bro. Bro, long may it continue, fam. And I think if we go and fuck how pre-season goes, because I've heard a lot of United fans say,
pre-season don't mean shit, bro. You know what I mean? Chelsea had a sick pre-season, bro, under Poch, blood, then he died.
Thank you. Fuck pre-season, especially because, majority of our key players are going to be playing in the World Cup anyway. So when they do return back, they're going to be returning back with like 2 to 3 week breaks. It's highly unlikely that your Brunos and that, because I do see Portugal probably going a bit far in this tournament. I do think they probably got the most balanced midfield on paper as well, because they have two men that can play behind a Bruno. This is the difference. You see what I'm saying? They got Vitinha and João Neves. You feel me? They got an engine and someone who can dictate play, break lines, either running with the ball, deep line playmaker. Vitinha is basically everything in the midfield, and he's so versatile, bro. He could do absolutely everything, bro. You get me? That is the real Swiss Army knife, brother. You get me? When I mean everything, bro, I see a clip the other day, of my man walking through on the red carpet with his wife. Someone played in the football, man done a couple kick-ups and kicked it back in man's hand, calm, and just took back his wife in his hand. I said, oh my, that's Tekz, bro, born with it. Silkier than the tailored suit he had on, blood. And you get me? So I was thinking, all right, then cool. These types of players, just kind of going back onto the point, they would come back, and have breaks. So the players that we sign, 9 times out of 10, maybe the Belabors, etc., they're not going to go too far in the World Cup. So they're the ones who are going to be starting. Carrick's not going to have a pre-season with all the players that he wants. Do you know what I mean? So I think we've got to give him
all the men that we should get are not going World Cup. You know what I mean? I think Belabor's not going. I think Belabor's not going. Lewis Hall's not going. Do you know what I mean? Fernandes ain't going. Do you know what I'm saying? If we're going in for Edison ain't going. Tonali's not going. Do you know what I'm saying? If man, do you know what I'm saying? Really and truly, like man should really be looking at Hall, Fernandes, Baleba, one of Tonali or Edison, and then man should be looking at Krupi probably. Do you know what I'm saying? And all of these man, all 5 of these man are not at the World Cup. We can go cop 5 of them. We could cop them. You know them ones. Like we can actually cop them, bro. Do you know what I mean? I don't have an issue with Edison. I think people that are saying they don't want Edison is because the reason why you're not hyped about Edison, is because
he's not playing in the Prem.
Time has passed. You know them ones? Because the reality is when we initially linked with him, everyone was gassed. Now they don't want him.
Everyone wanted him. And who's the other youth, man?
It's the same with Baleba. It's the same with Baleba. Man was gassed about Baleba last summer, and now man ain't gassed no more because the season's gone by. But he's still the same player, like.
Yeah, no, I hear it, bro. It's like, bro, this is what happens, fam. You see, when you have a BMW new plate, and it's the 25 plate, but the 26 plate comes out, bro, you're like, oh shit, man, should have waited still.
Bro,
you get me? Or you get the new contract.
And Fernandes is the Baleba of this summer. You know them one.
Yeah, I do.
Fernandes is the Baleba of last summer. You know them ones. Them man, that's what he is. Yeah. That's the reality. And there's someone before with the Richard Rios as well, black.
That's who I was talking about. Richard Rio. That's it. Yeah. And he's gone to Benfica, no?
Benfica, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Look, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. All the other players that we've been linked with this summer, I'd rather go get those though. That's what goes on the truth. I'll even go and get a Tonali before Edison, you know. That's what goes on the truth, bruv. You know what I mean? And it's just because what I like about Tonali, as you know, I've constantly repeated, is the fact that he's mad tenacious, bro. He's a dog, and he'll go and get you the goal. There's something that you know what Casemiro brings, that goal, that sort of extra willpower. He's got that fight in a minute. Do you know what I mean? He's got that dog in him, bro. We need dogs, man. Like that's what I even said on my last Instagram post, bro. When Arsenal posted at champions, bro, I said Arsenal champions. United have gone 13 years without a Prem, 18 years without a Champions League. Forget all this emotional shit now, bro. Forget keeping the Mason Mounts and that because of the emotional story. And he suffered with injuries and all of that, though. See, Mason Mount, if he was fully fit, I'll keep him in the squad. He'll be a squad player.
They're doing the Mason Mount.
He's not.
They're doing the Luke Shaw thing with Mason Mount, but Luke Shaw was a better player than Mason Mount. And also Luke Shaw, Luke Shaw played in a more specialist position than Mason Mount. Mason Mount's just a midfielder. And the thing is, Mason Mount isn't a midfielder that specializes in anything. Do you know what I'm saying?
Bro.
He's not a specialist creator. He's not a specialist goal scorer. He's not a specialist passer. He's not a specialist anything. He's just a busy youth. That's all he is.
Yeah, busy still. Yeah, he's just busy. He's everywhere, isn't it? Yeah, you know what I mean? Everywhere. Yeah,
bro, he is not a specialist at anything, bro. Do you know what I mean? At least Luke Shaw on a technical level is miles clear of Mason Mount. From just a pure technical level, bro. Like Luke Shaw's footballing ability has never been in question. His attitude has been in question, and his fitness record has been in question. But his footballing ability has never been in question.
Yeah, I think Mason Mount could be used as a pawn, innit? He's more of a pawn, bro. Like he's a decent player to bring on if your left winger gets injured, Bruno gets injured, your right wing gets injured. He's just gonna accommodate for things. But again, bro, as I said, I don't mind having him in the squad if he was fully fit. Man,
and also if he wasn't on the money he was on, and if he wasn't wearing the shirt he was wearing, because you know what I mean, he could just be a poor man's Ji-Sung Park blood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear it, bro.
He could be that.
I swear, I hear it.
But he's on too much bread, blood, and that number 7 shirt needs to be let go. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just one of them ones, people. But nah, man, I have to say, man, I appreciate you lot, man. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
Bro. I mean, what? 3rd show of the day. We've been busy. You know what I'm saying? So big up everyone inside. Appreciate you lot. Make sure you follow TEKZINHO. The link will be in the chat for his channel. You already know what time it is, bro. What you got coming up, my bro?
Bro, just playing at Old Trafford on the 26th, which is next week, Tuesday, man. Obviously, if you go on Eventbrite, I will be also kind of uploading the link for like free tickets or come through. They're also doing like challenges and stuff, which is not expensive as well. It's like 15, 20 quid. So if anyone's around Manchester or lives even in the UK and willing to come down on Tuesday, come and support, man. There's gonna be like other creators there, the Harry Paneros, Luke Littlers, and all of that. So yeah, man, just come down, support. Obviously, you man already know, bro. Man, love Rants community, bro. You man are that man's community now. You get me? Show enough love, man. So appreciate it. Make sure you smash the likes, do Rants' dues, man. And yeah, next week, blood. We'll be back next week, man. Same time, man.
You already know what
Speak
time
on Rogers. next week.
Yeah, I can't lie. Nah, I can't
Next
lie.
week, bro.
Still recovering, bro. Do you know what I'm
Allow
saying?
me, bro. Morgan Rogers changed his barber, fam. That's why, bro. Different performance, bro. You know, like
Morgan
that, bro.
Rogers,
I'm not seeing no more black spray.
Man got man of the match and player of the tournament in the Europa League final. I hear it. But the game is the game, doing it.
Bro, Morgan Rogers, I will now say, look, my bad. This is all real. No black spray blood. You get me? Hey, come on, man. TEKZINHO out. What's it? Come on, man. Come on, man.
All right, big up the chat. Hey, I'll catch you, man.